Into our section for today is something that I've even started mentioning, and that is a promise. Now, when it comes to the concept of personal branding, it's um it's it's something that a lot of people have thoughts on, right? A lot of people have, if you Google what is personal branding, you see a lot of people talking about what personal branding is, what personal branding is not. And so what I'm saying, a lot of school of thoughts about personal branding. But the name personal branding, that's my topic, right? But it's so broad that even if you're given a month to talk non-stop about personal branding, you still not exhaust to what's in personal branding. So what I've decided to do today is to give a crash course on a concept about personal branding, a sub-concept on personal branding, and that is more on clarity, because that is what a lot of people struggle with when it comes to building again. All right. So I was talking about knowing the quality of the not the yes the quality of people on this call. So I would just love to do a quick check. If everyone could just go to the comment, if you are either a student, a career professional, or an entrepreneur. Right. So just any of this, if you're a student and an entrepreneur, is understandable. But I don't think you will be a student and a career professional at the same time. Right. So just go to the comments and let me know, because it would help me streamline what I'm going to be talking about today. I want to believe that these are the three people in this room based on the prior communication, and we all desire to build our personal brands. Now, a little backstory. I started personal branding in 2019. That was when I started becoming intentional about what I wanted to do online. Then I didn't even know it was personal branding. I just started putting myself out there, writing on Facebook, talking about things. That was Facebook, yeah. Talking about things that I love doing, things I'm doing, and all those kind of stuff. And to me, I was just putting myself out there. Well, as time went on, I began to understand that, okay, because I'm putting myself out in a certain way, people are thinking about me in a certain way, right? So I started to, so I was talking a lot mostly about volunteering, opportunities in volunteering, because I was a serial volunteer. I'm still a volunteer. I still volunteer a lot, right? But then you would find me in any volunteering, in any event that they have to call for volunteers. I volunteered for over 50 organizations, right? So I was always everywhere doing stuff, doing things and all that. And because I was always putting out experiences about volunteering, I was always talking about my life as a volunteer, things I used to do, or lessons I'm learning and all that. People started associating me with the name volunteering, right? And to me, I was not even being intentional about it. It's not like I wanted to be known as a volunteering expert or something. I was just putting my stuff out there, right? And then it came to a point where I started talking about, I think I started taking some courses on digital marketing. And I started talking about digital marketing because I was usually someone who, as I'm learning, I love to share as well, right? So sometimes I'll come online, talk about the things that I've learned, talk about the things I'm working on. And people started associating me with digital marketing. So sometimes I will now get messages like, "Hi, Blessing, we would want you to work on this. We see that you are an expert in digital marketing. Marketing, hey, me, that is still learning. You understand?" And sometimes it will be like, "Okay, hi, Blessing. We see you love volunteering a lot. Would you want to volunteer for this?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah," but I wasn't really. It didn't click to me why this kind of messages were coming to me, right? Yes, I was putting it out there, but it was later that I started to understand that the things I was putting out there were shaping people's perception of me. And that is one thing you need to know. So, people's perception, the thing about personal branding is that whether you like it or not, people will always think something about you. That's just the truth, right? So, everybody has a brand. But the only thing is that if you're not able to define your brand, others will define it for you based on what they see or hear about you. Now, what personal branding does, it helps you to control the narrative or to control the conversations being said about you. Now, here's the thing. If I want to, if I want to be known for something, if I want to attract some kind of opportunity, so there are kinds of opportunities that every one of us here wants to attract. But the reason you may not be attracting those opportunities is because you are not perceived as the kind of person that can attract or that can maximize those opportunities. And the thing is, you might be that kind of person, but you are not perceived. So these are two different things: who you are and who you are perceived to be. And the sad reality is that the world works more with who you are perceived to be over who you are. It's only you and God that knows who you are. But you need people to move on in this life. You need people to progress in this life. And they only work with who they perceive you to be. So you might be someone different and you are projecting, you might be someone good and you're projecting something different. And people don't really think that you can do the job or don't think that they can recommend you for this, right? And you know in your heart that you're good at what you do, but you're not putting yourself out there. So for example, someone comes to you, hi, I hear that you do, okay, let's say me now. I host events, I compare events. Now imagine that I am more focused offline, that a lot of times when people call, maybe I hosted, for example, I hosted an event today, and then someone sees my event and be like, so sees me doing what I'm doing, and then it's like, okay, that, oh, this girl is really good at what she does and all that kind of stuff, and then maybe recommends me for an opportunity to host another person's event. Guess the first thing that person will do? The person has not met me. The first thing that person will do is to check my social media handle. Now, if they check my social media handle and they don't see anything that makes me look like I know what I'm doing when it comes to hosting events, they are going to doubt my authenticity. They're going to doubt if I'm really good at what I do. But I know that I'm good at what I do. The person that came, now that saw me hosting at an event, knows that I'm good at what I do because they've seen me, right? Because they've seen me, and that's because I've shown them through my skills. But the other person does not now sees my track record online and doesn't think I'm good at what I do. And because of that, I pass on the person passes me on the opportunity and recommends somebody else because they do not perceive that I'm good at what I do. But I know that I'm good at what I do. I don't know if you understand, right? So there are so it's about who you are and who others perceive you to be. Now, like I said before, the opportunities that you need for your next level, the opportunities that you need to advance both personally and professionally will be attracted to a certain version of you. The reason you may not be attracting those opportunities is because you have not evolved into that version, or you've not evolved in people's perception of you. And that is where personal branding comes into place. Now, let me go back a bit. Like I said, everybody has a brand, whether you like it or not. When you see, okay, I'm just seeing Nicholas's video for the first time, right? But I already have a perception about him. We've not talked a lot. I'm just seeing his video for the first time, but I already have a perception about him. I already have, okay, a first impression about him. And I'm sure he has the same as well. I'm sure that everybody here is forming a perception based on you just seeing me, right? Some will be like, okay, who is this? You just this perception that comes to you. Okay, this person looks very serious. Why does she have all these plenty makeup on her face? Why? No, that's the truth. Why is she being extra? Why does she have all this plenty makeup on her face? Why is she? Because unconsciously, people think something about you. First impressions, right? And that is your brand. That is your brand. But it is up to you to control what people think about you. And that is where personal branding comes into play. So it's not something you'll be like, I don't have a brand. I'm not concerned about personal branding. No, you need to be able to control the conversations around you, because those conversations are bringing the opportunities you need. Imagine they are discussing you in a room where you are not there. You don't have the opportunity to be telling people, no, I'm not like this, or no, I do this, or no, I do this. No. What you've put online, what they can see is what they will converse about you. So if you've put out the right thing, right? If you shaped the narrative around you in a particular kind of way, the conversations will tilt to your favor. So personal branding helps you control people's perception. No, it might not necessarily even be to control 100%, because you may never be able to control 100% of people, of how people think about you, because some of these perceptions are based on their own background, right? But to a large extent, personal branding helps you to control what people think about you. And this is very important because, like I said, people only give opportunities to people who they think that are right, that will maximize those opportunities. So if they don't think that you will maximize that opportunity, you have lost it. So you see how someone's perception of you can deprive you of an opportunity that you may be qualified for, right? That you may be qualified for. Number two is that the world works in a different way, and you just have to work with the ways of the world. Now, people want to connect with people who look like they can add value to their lives. If you want to build that kind of relationships, you need to look like you can add value to people's lives, right? And the thing is, it's not like you're pretending or something. That is who you are, but you need to showcase yourself as such. We all need relationships to grow. We all need relationships to thrive. No successful person has ever succeeded alone. They've been recommended, their names have been brought up in conversations. They are because of relation, because of the people around them. Right. Now, personal branding, number two importance of personal branding. I've talked about the fact that it attracts opportunities to you. The second importance of personal branding is that it attracts quality relationships to you. Now, let me tell you this. The reason your mentor, or in quotes, the reason that person you want to mentor you might not accept or is not accepting is because they don't think you're a person of value, right? And how is that so? They've gone through your track record. They don't really see that. So they are not ready to build a relationship with you. Now, I remember reaching out to my mentor in 2020. And she connected and all that. So later we were having a conversation and she was like, "Listen, do you even know why I agreed to mentor you?" I was like, "Okay, what?" She said, "When you sent me a message, I went through your social media profile and you looked like a person of value. And that was why I agreed to mentor you." And I was like, wow. Because I was putting myself out there, writing my thoughts, and the thing is, I was not even doing it intentionally. But that putting myself out there made people perceive me as a person of value and would want to mentor, and in that case want to mentor me. So this is just one out of many. There are people today who are helping me, who are recommending me, right? Because I built relationships with them. And how did I build a relationships with them? They see me as a person of value. And that is very important. See, the current circle you are, let's say you're not building your personal brand, right? Or you're not being intentional about your brand, and you feel like you have a good circle, a tight circle, a very nice circle. See, it will be bigger and grander when you start putting yourself out there. You are limiting yourself by not building your personal brand. Because like I said, it's depriving you of opportunities. And number two, it's also depriving you of quality relationships. Everybody is selfish. People want to connect with people who will add value to them. So if you want to build relationships, if you want to build sustainable and profitable relationships, you need to position right, because many times when people say their names, what people do is to mentally go and start Googling them. So, and that's how the world works. There might be someone that is actually someone of value, but we don't perceive you to be. And because we don't perceive you to be, we may not want to connect with you. And who knows if our relationship could have yielded something tangible. See, I tell people this is only God that sees your heart. Nobody sees your heart. We see what's physical. Don't be saying I'm a good person by heart. Nobody sees your heart, and we don't care. We don't have that time. Right? So it's up to you, and it is your responsibility to position yourself in a way that makes you attractive to people, that makes people want to connect with you, that makes people want to be in your circle, that makes people want to be in your corner, that makes people want to recommend you. Personal branding makes it easier for your destiny helper to help you. I'll say that again. Personal branding makes it easier for your destiny helper to help you because you're putting yourself out there. People are seeing, the person is seeing that you're actually doing something for yourself. And because of that, they'll want to help. Because the thing is, people want to be part of something good. People want to be part of something evolving. People want to be part of something positive. So if you have the tendency of being successful, people want to be part of your journey as well. If you have a passion, people want to be close to you. So the opportunities you're missing there, I needed to start with the importance, right? Because I cannot just dive into personal branding and you don't understand why it's very important for you. So even as a student, I started building my personal brand as a student. I bet when I started, I did it unintentionally, right? But see, so this one is for students. The fact that I started building my personal brand as a student, I got a job even before I graduated. The job that took me to Abuja right now, because I started building my personal. So how did I get a job? I was recommended for an opportunity, and then I got in contact with the person who gave me the job. How was I recommended for the opportunity? They went through my social media profiles and they saw that I was good at what they saw the many things I was doing. I got recommended for the opportunity. From the opportunity, I built a relationship with the person, the person that opened the opportunity up, and then I got a job. So immediately I graduated, I was already working. I did not need to start. I did not need to even start searching for jobs. I had a job waiting for me, right? Because I had started building my personal brand. So as a student, you need to start putting yourself out there. From second year, I was the one I was the one that was paying all my fees. Now I went to a school where school fees were expensive and all those kind of things. So imagine me from second year, and it's not like my parents were good. They were good to go and well to do and all that. But how was I able to get money to start paying my fees? One, I got it through business opportunities. How did the business opportunities come? Through me putting myself out there. So you see, this thing I'm telling you I'm not coming here to just say, and these are things that has worked for me. These are things that have worked for me. I got my first job, my first remote job in second year because I started putting myself out there. I got a job. They were the ones that even contacted me. We see what to do. Would you like to take up this role? And that was how I started making money. That was how I started making money. They were the ones that came to me. So you might be struggling now as a student. You're looking for different sources of income. Why not start putting yourself out there? Now I'm going to come out. I'm going to come back. I'm going to start talking about what you should be putting out there about yourself to be able to attract. Because it's not just about putting yourself out. You can be putting yourself out there. Nobody will contact you because we don't even understand what you're doing. We don't even understand you. Right. So there's a strategy to it. But first, let's talk about this. Right. So as a student, I've talked about it being a student. Right. I attracted opportunities. I attracted different kinds of opportunities. I attracted business opportunities that gave me money, right? I attracted job opportunities that immediately I graduated, I started working, right? A very good paying job. When I started working, I attracted social capitals, people recommending me for different things. It was even through my personal brand that I even started hosting events. So right when you read my profile, you see I am a personal branding strategist, I am a media and communications professional, and I am an event host. All these things because I'm putting myself out there. So this also means that I have different sources of income because opportunities are coming based on my different expressions. So now, as a career professional, right, I'm a communications strategist. As a career professional, I'm doing my job. My personal being me putting myself out there is even helping me do my job better. Because if you know anything about the communication space, you know that communications and PR thrives heavily on relationships. Who do you know? Who knows you? Who can you get to do this thing? So me putting myself out there helps me build a social capital that can help my job. And whatever job it is that you do, build your personal brand. Your personal brand attracts people. Your personal brand attracts opportunities that can help your career and that can help your business. I am also an entrepreneur. So you can see that in for the different set of people here, I have something to say for everybody. I'm an interpreter. Recently, we closed. We are about not. We're closed. We're about to close a deal of millions, right? And how did this happen? The person saw that I was putting myself out there, loved what I'm doing, and wants to do business with me. So I'm just reiterating this so that you can see the importance of putting yourself out there. Now that is settled, now let's now talk about how do you put yourself out there in the right way. Now, personal branding starts with clarity. It's not just about putting yourself out there, because if you just say, okay, Blessing said I'm about, let's just be putting ourselves out there, and then you now start putting yourself out there, and you're not getting the opportunity to say it's Blessing that said that, Blessing that did not say, no. There's a right way to put yourself out there to attract the kind of opportunities you want. Now, the first thing you might need to do is to ask yourself, what opportunities do I want to attract? Who are the kind of people? No, what opportunities do I want to attract? And those opportunities comes from who is the kind, what are the goals that I want to achieve? So another thing is that personal branding helps you achieve your goals more easily, right? So what are the goals that I want to achieve? What are my business goals? What are my career goals? What are my goals as a student? What are my personal and professional goals? What are the goals that I want to achieve? You define those goals, you write them down, right? Then you ask yourself, what are the opportunities I need to achieve this goal? For example, as a career professional, let's say you're in marketing you're in marketing or something, and you want to achieve a revenue, for your organization of, let's say, 100 million naira in a few months. And you know that this 100 million naira in, let's say, 3 months, right? 100 million naira revenue in 3 months. That's the goal. You ask yourself, what are the opportunities I need to achieve this goal? You know that first, one of the important things beyond the marketing strategies, you need people. It's people that will give you the money. So that means you need relationships. Right. So what are the kind of opportunities? For some of us, another person can be, okay, your goal is that you want to go global. You want to work for a global organization. What are the opportunities you need to attract to achieve this goal? That means you need global opportunities. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Nicholas, let me know if you're following, because you're the only person whose video I can see. So first is your goal. Second is your opportunity. So what are the opportunities that I need to attract to achieve this goal? Third, who are the people that have these opportunities? See, opportunities are not flying here, and there are people who are the ones carrying these opportunities, right? It's someone that will come and tell you, oh, I recommended you for this. Oh, Blessing, can you do this? Oh, what do you think about this? I want you to do this. Can you do it? It's the people that will come and say it. So those opportunities you need are in the hands of people. Are in the hands of people. Who are those kind of people? You need to be able to define them. You need to be able to define them, right? So who is the person that can grant you that job? Who is the person that can grant you access to that organization that can help you hit your sales target? Whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, this is something that you need to sit down and think very carefully. Now, that's the third one. Who are the people that have these opportunities, right? Number four, how do I attract this kind of people? Or how, okay, I think the thing is, yes, how do I attract this kind of people? And for you to attract this kind of people, that's where the strategy and that's where the personal branding comes into place. Or a better question would be, who are these people attracted to? And then you become that person. So that's even the better question. Don't say, how do I attract these people? Who are these people attracted to? And then become that person, right? And then become that person. People are attracted to people of value. People are attracted to people who look like who can help them achieve their own goals, right? So who are the people that what is that perception you need to create to attract this kind of people? And that is where personal branding and positioning comes into play. Now, when it comes to personal branding, we always start with clarity. What do you want to be known for? When you mention Blessing Okebe, what usually comes to mind is personal branding or event MC, right? Because that is what I do. And how did that happen? I have consistently created that narrative. So it's not that I'll come today and post something, you'll not see me again in the next three weeks. I'll come back again. No, consistency. See, the thing is that even recently, because I've been working on different projects, I've not been as consistent as I used to be for a few weeks now. But guess what? My consistencies, all the things that I've been doing before, are still bringing opportunities to me right this minute. Right? So the thing is, you putting yourself out there can still benefit you in years to come. It's limitless. It's limitless. So your work is still speaking for you because you put it out there. So the first thing is, what do you want to be known for? You can be known for different things, right? You can be known for different things. Now, one thing I always advise is, see, put your best foot forward and make sure it is the best foot. A lot of people think that personal branding is about packaging. No, personal branding is not about packaging. That is where a lot of people get it wrong. Now you now see people online talking about claiming they are experts in different things, life coach, consultant, wearing suit and tie and all that kind of stuff. And when you now come and want to do business with them more closely, you become disappointed. It has happened severally. It has even affected me, right? There are people that I've seen this person from afar, and I'm like, oh, this person has been creating content on this. That means this person knows what he or she is doing. And then I come to do business with the person, pay the person, and the person doesn't deliver as the person says he will. So that's not what personal branding is all about. Personal branding is about putting your genius out there. And what I mean by genius is about putting that thing you are good at, so that when you put yourself out there and those opportunities come, you can maximize it. Because it is one thing for these opportunities to come, and it's another thing for you to maximize these opportunities. If these opportunities come and you are not who you say you are, you're going to mess it up and you're going to stop other opportunities from coming to you. Is it that person I recommended? She did not deliver, or don't get her for it. Don't use her for your event. You're limiting yourself. You're shooting yourself in the foot, right? So what you need to put out there is what you know you are good at. Do not claim what you know. Do not claim you're an expert in anything. Look at yourself. There are things that, for the fact you're here, you're a student, entrepreneur, or a professional, there is definitely something that you've achieved a level of result. There's definitely something people are like, you do this so easily. How do you do this? I want to be like you. How do you? And people are always amazed that you're good at this thing. That is your genius. All you need to do is to keep improving on it and keep refining it and then push it out there. Do not claim what you are not. I keep mentioning this because that is one misconception people have about personal branding. Packaging, wearing suit and tie, looking good, taking professional pictures, posting long articles on LinkedIn and Facebook. No. Personal branding starts first with you. Because as you're pushing yourself out there, you're making a promise to everybody who comes in contact with you. Now, that promise you are making, are you able to deliver on the promise? You're creating content around this. You're telling people, hey, I'm an expert in this. The promise you're indirectly saying is, see, I'm an expert in this. If you do business with me, you're not going to regret it. And then you've put your personal brand out there. People come to do business with you and they are disappointed, right? So that is not what it's about. Think of one thing that you are good. Think of that major thing that you are really good at. People are like, well, how do you do this? I love how you do this. It can be your knowledge, it can be your career, it can be your passion, it can be your skill, it can be a talent. And the one thing is that, see, every talent needs to be refined, right? So that you're talented in this doesn't necessarily just mean you're an expert in it. You need to refine it, you need to grow in it, you need to build it, right? You need to solidify it. So that's the first thing. What is that thing that you are good at? What is that thing that people always think of? Okay, how do you do this? I love how you do this. And always compliment you, and you have results to show for that, right? The second thing is that thing that you are good at. What problem can it solve? Because people only listen to problem solvers. If you're not solving a problem with your talent, with your skills, nobody is going to listen to you. Opportunities are places for you to solve problems, right? Not just for you to come and do anything. So with that skill you have, that expertise you have, that knowledge you have, what problem can it solve? So that means you need to be able to match your gifting, your genius, to a problem. Right? It needs to be a solution to a problem. Because that's the only way people will listen to you. We are always looking for ways to make our lives better. We're looking for ways to make things better for us. So if you're solving a problem of mine, I'm going to give you my attention, right? I'm going to give you my attention. If you're helping me, I'm going to give you my attention. So if you want to push yourself out there and get people to listen to you and attract the kind of opportunities you need to make sure that whatever it is you're pushing out there is solving a problem. So let's say you are an accounting professional, right? You know, accounting is solving a problem. You know that accounting is solving a problem when it comes to finances for, let's say, businesses, small businesses, SMEs, top businesses, and others. So you are solving a problem through your knowledge. So that means people are going to listen to you when you start putting yourself out there. So make sure that whatever gift, whatever skill that you're really good at is solving a problem. Number three, you also need to define who are the set of people that have that problem, because personal branding is not just about putting yourself out there. There is a strategy to it. How do you make sure that as you're creating content, you are directly in front of the people who that content is made for? If not, you'll be creating the right content for the wrong audience, and you'll be wasting your time. This is still this week. This week I spent over 5 hours creating a personal branding strategy, and I'm not even done yet, right? I'm not even done yet. Now the goal of that strategy is to get the kind of is to create content and make sure that the people we want to see that content see it. So the people in this case we are talking about are those people who have the opportunities you need to achieve your goals. Those are the people. You might be creating the right content for them to see. You might be creating the content that builds that perception. But if they don't see it on their feed, they don't know you. They still don't know you. So when those opportunities come, they're still going to recommend somebody else. So you need to be clear on your target audience and go where they are. That's one of the strategies. There are a lot of strategies, but let me just talk about this one. And go where they are. What social media platform are they in? Is it Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever platform it is? And it's not just online, because that's another mistake people make. Your target audience are offline as well. Yes, you reach more people online, but it's even faster to connect with someone offline than to connect with someone online. Because before someone will trust you online as you're being your personal brand, a person should have seen you should have maybe read a series of content from you. And that can take over weeks, right? But someone can get to trust you immediately once they see you and have maybe a 30 minutes conversation with you. So it needs to be integrated, both online and offline. You need to define who your target, that is what is called target audience. You need to define who your target audience is, so that you know you're speaking to people. You know you're speaking to the problems of people. You know you're not just speaking amiss. One reason a lot of people are putting themselves out there and they are not getting results is because they are not talking to the right people, or they're putting the right things in front of the wrong people, and they're putting the wrong things in front of the right people. But it's mostly the former. Right, so you need to be sure of your target audience. Where are they? What are their social media platforms? So you've gotten these three things correct: your target audience, the problem they have, and your solution, and your skills, which is their solution. Right now, the next thing, now let's talk about the social media optimization. So you know where your content, you know where your target audience is. That is where you should build your own land, right? But don't build on it for so long, right? Because you also need to have them in your space. That's a different topic altogether. But let's say they're in Facebook, they're in Instagram. It's now time for you to go there and position yourself right. See, your profile, people should, in less than a minute, scroll through your profile and say, I know exactly what you do. I'm sure if I tell some of us to send in our social media links, I may have to struggle and guess. Are you seeing this one? Should she do this one? Or should she do this one? And because of that, because I'm confused about you, I may not trust you enough to want to give you a job or to want to give you an opportunity, because I don't even really know what it is that you're about. So you need to optimize your profile in a way that once people come in contact with you, within the next few minutes of reading your content or seeing your profile, they can be like, oh, she's a thought leader in this. She does this very well. She's known for this. She's good at this. That is where social optimization comes into play. I've been talking for a while now. Nicholas, are you still following me? Is everybody still following me so that I can be sure? If you're still following me, please let me know in the chat. I'll be rounding up soon. If you're still
Loud
let
and
me know
clear,
in the
loud
chat.
and clear.
Amazing. Okay, so I can see some claps. I can't see the chats, but I want to believe that everybody is following me. Right. So I was talking about social media. So you need to go to their social media platform and see who is sorry, I've lost my train of thought. Yes, where your target audience are, you need to go there and position yourself, right? Because you cannot be telling me that you're looking for you want to get in contact with top career professionals, right? Top career professionals, you want to get, those are your target audience, and then your primary platform is Instagram. No, your primary platform should be LinkedIn. who says you can't do Instagram, but focus more on LinkedIn. That is where your target audience is. But you can only know that when you actually know who your target audience is. So you go there, you optimize your profile, you get a very good picture, you put yourself out there, you get a LinkedIn head. That's a whole topic on its own, which I would definitely not be able to cover in this section. But you go there, you optimize your profile, you put a picture, you put an attractive picture, a professional picture, please, a professional picture. You put your headline, you put your I think that's what I call your profile. Put some few pinned posts that makes that at a glance people can see what you do. They don't even have to guess, right? People can see what they don't have to guess. So if you go to my Instagram handle, I initially lost my former Instagram account that is close to 2K followers. I had to start building again from the scratch. So you can follow me at the blessing Okebe, right? If you go to my Instagram handle, the first 3 posts gives you an idea of what I do already. You don't even need to scroll too much. The first 3 posts gives you an idea of what I do already. So you should have a pinned post on your profile that tells people what you do. I'm even planning to change it, right? Because I've evolved. But you cannot come to my profile and be confused. What does she do? That should not be your case. So that you don't get the eyeball of someone, and then the person starts going through a profile but is confused and just moves on because nobody really has that time to keep guessing, right? So you've positioned yourself with your profile. The last thing I'm going to talk about is then the content. See, content is largely what shapes people's perception about it, and everything you put out there is content. Content is not just about the write-ups, the words you're writing. Your picture is saying something about you. Your video is saying something about you. Yes, your words are saying something about you. The way you write those words are saying something about you. So you've got to be intentional. The content is not just about the text, it's everything in between, right? So what are the kind of pictures you're putting out there? What are the kind of videos? Does it show that you're a person of excellence? Because these are also qualities. There's something we call personal brand qualities. There are people and values. There are people that you go through this person's profile and know that no, this person is a person of excellence because you see how their pictures are, how their videos are. You know that if this person is a person of excellence, that means if you give the person an opportunity or a job, they are going to bring those values to the job and to the opportunity. So you trust them the more. So you need to make sure that what you're putting out there projects the narrative you want to drive, right? The perception you want to drive, the content you're putting out there, quality visuals. Go to the studio, take some pictures. Take some pictures with a good phone, right? Get edit your pictures. Let them look good. Don't just post any kind of pictures out there. Social media is your shop. Ask yourself, if you let's say take a friend's phone and just go through your social media profile, will you be proud of yourself? No, it's a simple question. Will you be proud of yourself? Right, so make sure you're putting out quality visuals there. That's one of the major things about positioning. And make sure you're putting out quality visuals. Make sure that your text is on point, everything you're saying. And most importantly, make sure that every content you're putting out there is of value to the person and is gradually molding the perception you want people to have of you. If I want to become a relationship coach now, it's very easy. Or to be known as a relationship coach now, it's very easy. I'll go online and go and look for content about relationship and come and be posting for people. I'll do that consistently for like 6 days, 60 to 90 days. People start calling me a relationship coach because I am putting out content around it. So whatever the perception it is, whatever it is you want people to know about you, start creating content around it. Use what you know to solve people's problems. That is very important. Use what you know to solve people's problems. Now is when you start doing that, that you begin to get their attention, and that when they come to your profile, they read through it for just a very few minutes, and then they're like, okay, this person is really good at this. Let me give her this opportunity. Oh, this person looks like he's really valuable or can add value. Let me connect with this person, right? Oh, this person looks like she's building something. Let me mentor her, right? So these are the things that form a perception of you. I'm going to just stop here and entertain 1 or 2 questions. So these are the things that form a perception of you. And you need to be very intentional about it. I've talked about the importance, not about what you can do right now to start building your personal brand. See, social media is your point, is your contact to the world, is your portal to the world. Someone in Asia can go to let's say the person mistakenly stumbles on your social media profile. What can they say about you? Is there an opportunity they may have that they can recommend you for because they've come through your social media platform? Right. So it is very, very, very important. So remember, if you do not, as I round up, please remember, if you do not define your brand, other people will define it for you. And what they define it as may not be what you want. So it is your responsibility to define the narrative around your brand and communicate that narrative consistently. Thank you so much.